Tuba Christmas Detroit, our 15th year. My name is Jim Bull, and I've been coordinating this since the beginning of our adventure with Merry Tuba Christmas Detroit. So this was one of my favorite events of the year, so glad you're all here to enjoy it with us. This year we have a special treat. We've got Raven Ross, our conductor. She conducted for the first time last year when Marquita Moore, who conducted for 10 years, handed over her baton. But with Raven, we also have a bonus. We have the, and I'm going to get it wrong, the Lakeshore Brass Ensemble is going to give us a prelude. And they're going to be playing Holly and the Ivy and God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. It's a little change from your program. So enjoy. Now I'd like to introduce you to Reverend Paul Perez, our lead minister, to give you a welcome from Central Church.
Merry Tuba Christmas! As Jim said, I'm Reverend Paul Perez. My pronouns are he, him. I'm the lead minister here at Central United Methodist Church. Welcome to our historic church and sanctuary. We're so glad to have you here. I want to say a special thank you to all of our musicians, to Raven, and especially, give them a round of applause. They've been practicing all morning for you. And I want to say a special thank you to Jim Bowl. Dr. Bowl is really the heart and soul of Merry Tuba Christmas here in Detroit. So we're thankful for his vision and his hard work to bring this together. When I first started at Central just over 2 years ago and Jim told me about Merry Tuba Christmas, I was like, what? Tubas? But I have really come to love Merry Tuba Christmas. It's a great example about how music creates community, builds community, and how it brings warmth to our hearts and to our spirits. So this afternoon, you know, friends, we live in challenging times. And so I hope this hour of tubas and singing together warms your hearts and your spirits. A few words of housekeeping. There are restrooms. The men's restroom is just outside the sanctuary. The women's restroom is up on the second floor, just outside of that balcony door. After the concert, our Swords into Plowshares Peace Center and Art Gallery will be open along with their gift shops. So if you have some last-minute Christmas shopping needs, it's a great opportunity to do that. Also, I want to extend an invitation if you are still in need of some Christmas warmth and music. Next Sunday during our 10:30 worship service, our choir and music ministry will be presenting a Christmas cantata with some classic Christmas music. And if you, yeah, that's right. Thank you very much. Yeah, got some choir members here. And if you happen to be looking for a place to celebrate Christmas, our Christmas Eve service will be Wednesday, December 24th at 7 p.m., a service of lessons and carols and candlelight. So without further ado, I'll pass it back to Jim. But however you celebrate the holidays, I wish you hope, peace, joy, and love. Thank you.
There's a little bit more about our history in your program, but I do want to let you know this sanctuary was built in 1867, and it was our 6th building. So we actually started in 1810, so we go back a long ways. We're the first Protestant congregation in Michigan, and we've long been known as a peace and justice congregation. In fact, we were involved very early on in opposing the death penalty after the one execution that happened in Michigan before we were a state. And I just want to point out, in addition to our Peace Center and Gallery, we use cranes, origami cranes on our trees, and they symbolize our prayers and our commitment to action for peace. And they date back to when the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. There was a baby girl that was exposed to the bomb, and 12 years later, she was a runner. She was running races, and she was starting to get fatigued and all kinds of pains, and her diagnosis was leukemia from the radiation. And she knew the legend, if you fold 1,000 cranes, you get your wish. So she started folding cranes in the hospital. She folded 644 before she died, and her friends folded the rest to make 1,000 to bury with her. Now there's a monument to her that kids raise money for in Hiroshima, and it's a statue of her with a crane looking like it's about to fly off from her hands, outreached hands. And at the base of the statue is the inscription, "This is our cry, this is our prayer, peace in the world." So we think 1,000 cranes still. We started this in the 1970s with Masako Robinson, who was a Japanese American who immigrated here, and she taught us to make the cranes. And let me just tell you a little bit about Merry Tuba Christmas. Started in 1974. Harvey Phillips was a tuba professor at Indiana University. He had a lot of other tuba involvements before that. But it turned out his mentor, William Bell, died, and he had been born on Christmas Day, and he thought a perfect memorial would be to have a tuba concert with Christmas carols around the tree at Rockefeller Center. And he called the Rockefeller Center and told him his idea, and they said, "You want to do what?" And he said, "Well, let me give you some home phone numbers of some friends of mine, Leonard Bernstein, Stostakovich, and Doc Severinsen, and a few others." And he got a call back about an hour later, and he said, "You can have anything you want." And he wound up having, I think, like 300 tubas around Rockefeller Center tree for the first year. And actually, this is the 52nd year for that. So that was, in their 50th anniversary, they had a big to-do around that as well. So the whole idea is to celebrate the virtuosity of tubas. It goes beyond playing the oompa oompa in the background. So we're going to hear the tubas play the melody and all the parts in between. And we're really fortunate to have Raven Ross as our conductor. So I'm going to turn it over to her. What we're going to do this is they're going to, for most of these songs, there's a couple instrumentals, but for most of them, they're going to play through once. And then it's your turn to sing along with the tubas. And we have song sheets for you. Now, I know that Tucker Jolly at the Akron Tuba Christmas, he refuses to have song sheets because he wants people to scramble to try to remember the carols. But we provided you the song sheets, even all 5 verses of Good King Wenceslas. So now, take it away, tubas.
Hey, like Jim said, it's us, then you. That's all I want.
Okay.
Hey, you guys did pretty good. All right. Hello. Thank you all for doing great singing. And I'm sure the words being in front of you has something to do with it. All right, we're going to talk about how many Tuba Christmases that some of our players have played. They've been playing from far and near and only here. Sorry, and also audience members. If you've been here, um, it's their first Tuba Christmas. First Tuba Christmas. Can we get a round of applause for our friends who've come out for the first time? Thank you all for coming. All right, now I want to try and let's get up. Who has been to 10 Tuba Christmases? 10? All right, from our 10, who thinks they have the most? How many you got? 3. So close, yet so far. So our friends over 10, how many do we have? How many? 11. 14. Anybody else out there? More Tuba Christmases? Well, 20 Tuba Christmases. It's a lot of listening to some heavy brass. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on with some great extra carols. This is the first Noel.
Ask one more thing. I want to also see who came the farthest. Yes, at the end? Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Sorry. Never mind. I thought we forgot that one. Go ahead. Oh, yes, that's it. Okay. Hey, thank you. Uh, Before we have the tubas play the next song, it's going to be Silent Night. We want to do that in memory of tuba players that are no longer with us, including Harvey Phillips, who started this whole Merry Tuba Christmas back in 1974. And also like to remember Bobby Thompson, who used to play Go Tell It on the Mountain, just a rockin' version of it for the offertory every year, but we lost her last year. She always looked forward to Merry Tuba Christmas. I also wanted us to dedicate this to music teachers all over who, without them, we wouldn't have these talented people to entertain us and to nurture us and fill us with joy. And they work hard, and too often music and art programs are the first to be cut, and they might be the most important programs. And they really, research shows that people do better in all subjects when they have art and music. There's just something that feeds our souls and helps us be able to learn other things better when we have them. So think about that as the tuba players play Silent Night, and then we sing a verse. I want to add one other memorial. That's to Don Crawford, who we lost this year. He had a special connection with Santa Claus and was able to arrange for him to be here. I don't know if that'll happen without him, but he sure helped make it happen the first time we ever had Santa for Merry Tuba Christmas. So just wanted to make sure we remembered him. So most of these carols were just singing one verse. But for Good King Wenceslas, it's really important to sing all the verses or you don't get the story. And we're singing this as a kind of a lead-in to our offering, and I think that's very appropriate. So join together. At the second time around, we'll start singing, and we're going to sing 5 verses. So the first verse, they're going to play alone. Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel. When a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. Brother page, and stand by me, if thou knowest telling. Yonder peasant, who is he? Where and what is dwelling? Sire, he lives a good league hence, underneath the mountain, right against the forest fence, by St. Agnes' fountain. Bring me food and bring me wine, bring the pine logs hither. Thou and I will see him dine, when we bear them thither. Page and monarch, forth they went together, through the cold wind's wild lament, and the bitter weather. Sire, the night is darker now, and the wind blows stronger. Fails my heart, I know not how, I can go no longer. Mark my footsteps, my good page, tread thou in them boldly. Thou shalt find the winter's rage freeze thy blood less coldly. In his master's steps he trod, where the snow lay dinted. Heat was in the fairy sod, which the saint had printed. Therefore Christmas spoke, be sure, wealth or rank possessing. Ye who now will bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing. Now I'd like to introduce Amy Brown to give us a way that we can bless the poor and then therefore ourselves find blessing, about a program that she directs here at Central.
Hello, welcome. So glad that you are all here for Tuba Christmas. This is such one of our favorite events of the year. Stacy Vaughn and I are here to tell you a little bit about Noah at Central, which is the organization that the offering today benefits. So Noah at Central was started in 1976 out of a bag lunch program. Members of this church were feeding anyone who came in through the doors, and they said, let's sort of formalize that and figure out how we do that better. And so that's where Noah was created. So we offer a bag lunch Monday through Thursday for anyone who walks through our doors. We really believe that food is a necessary item for everyone, and so how do we take care of that basic need for everyone? And that's really our engagement strategy. Work with folks, whoever comes in needing food, and then we work with them to hopefully move along the path towards housing. So Stacy's going to share a little bit about one of our participants and what they do. So just know that the funds that we receive today really help us operate what we do. We serve over 30,000 lunches a year. We also are a mailing address for folks, which is really important if you're trying to get back on your feet or take care of things. You need a place to get mail, and so that's one of the things that we offer here. Also, I want to offer just a chance we have quite a few board members that are here today, so we just want to thank them for being a part of our board. So if they could just stand real quick and we'll just give them a hand. All right.
Again, just to reiterate what Amy said, our bag lunch is our engagement tool, and the donations that you give today will help assist in us continuing to feed people every day. We have over 300 people on our mailing list, so just think if you were trying to receive mail somewhere or you were unhoused, where would I receive my ID? For a job that I'm trying to get, my birth certificate, my driver's license when I'm trying to get back on my feet. So that's what we do here at Noah. We serve as a safe place for people to land, to get their lives back together while they're on the journey to becoming rehoused. And what comes along with that is we have a street outreach team that literally goes out in the street and engages with our unhoused community members. And if they don't want to come in, they will meet with them right there to help to navigate them into housing. And beyond that, we also hire persons with lived experience of being unhoused, and we currently have persons on staff who has experience being unhoused and who are currently experiencing being unhoused. And our street outreach team and us as a team at NOAA are navigating with this individual to get him housed. So we not only walk the walk, we try to make sure, we not only talk the talk, we make sure that we walk the walk in everything that we do, and dignity and everything is threaded and embedded throughout that, and building relationships with our community members, because that's what they are. They're our community members, and they're just walking through life right now differently than what we are. And if we sit and think, we have to be grateful that we aren't in that situation, but we also, within that gratefulness, have to make sure that we help others in the process. So that's what we aim to do at NOAA through engaging people with food and building relationships to regain that trust in the system. So thank you for coming out. This is my first Tuba Christmas, so I've been indoctrinated into Tuba Christmas, so I'm excited, and I'm loving everything that I hear, but most of all, it's great to see everyone's faces here for the same goal, to listen to good music and to give money to a good cause. So thank you very much.
So we'll be coming around, but also if you don't have cash, there is a QR code that you can scan and give that way. We also take checks, anything like that. And Stacey and I will be here afterwards if you have any questions about the work that we do.
I also take Bitcoin.
The next two carols are going to be strictly instrumental, so just sit back and enjoy while the ushers will wait on you for this free will offering if you are interested in donating. The next song that we're going to do, the next carol is Jingle Bells, but this is one carol where the tubas just can't do everything. They can do so much, but they can't ring bells. So we need some jingle bell players. Kids, we'd love to invite you to come up and have a jingle bell. And these are from mine.
Mine are very clearly colorful.
Okay. So please come up. We'd like you to come up front and ring them. Those of you who are in the audience, you can take out your keys and jingle them. Yeah, just stand up front and ring some bells. Need some more jingle bellers.
Whoever would like to take some jingle bells, go take some jingle bells.
Would you like to ring some for us? No?
No, there. I don't know if we have. Do we have our lovely friends up here? Is there anyone else who would love to join with these jingle bells?
There's another. We need to get these two. Okay. Okay, just need to warn you that there is a short interlude where we're going to go into a Sousa march. So don't ring your bells then. You'll get when that part is, and then after that we'll go back to the regular Jingle Bells melody, and you can ring again.
And there's a whole bit of jingle bells. Are you sure there's no one else who would like to take it? There are a lot of bells. We made sure to get all the bells. We got people in the back. We get jingle bells to people in the back. All right, let's get
This
the
is a
next one.
participatory concert, folks. We like to involve people. Well, you can sit in your seat and jingle, and you should be more comfortable. I think she might. Oh, she's got some. All right. Or take out your keys.
We still have that
Jing-
whole bit of jingle bells.
It looks like we're going to have some real jingle in here. Thank you so much, Jingle Bellers. I think there were sleighs in here. Next, we are fortunate to have another ensemble, Marquita Moore, who directed Mary Tuba Christmas here for 10 years, gave up her baton to Raven last year. She has brought the Taylor High School Lower Brass Ensemble, and they are going to entertain us with a rendition of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So, welcome back, Marquita. Oh, oh, man, I usually am pretty good for that, but I don't have one right offhand. I guess I don't have I have jokes, but not Christmas ones.
Well, that's what the internet is for. What was Santa's dog's name? Anybody? Santa Paws. Where does Santa's reindeer stop for coffee? Starbucks. Hey, there we go. Do you need another joke? Great.
Thank you. So give it up to Raven with the jokes. We can always count on Raven to make us laugh. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm so proud to be able to present the Taylor High School Low Brass Ensemble. Let's give them their kudos. Over on the far side, we have Mason Kendrick, Blake Behringer, Jenna Makowski, Layla Morel, John Ortner, and Chris Suttles. What? Oh, God, Aiden, why are you back there? Scoot over, let Aiden in. I'm sorry. Aiden, what's your last name? All right, and definitely last but not least, Aiden Paquette. Now, after doing Mary Tuba Christmas for 10 years, I thought, okay, I can sleep, on Saturday, right? But these kids asked me, not like in November or October, they asked me at band camp, marching band camp, are we doing Tuba Christmas? So I said, okay, yep, we got to do Tuba Christmas. So here we are, and we would love to let you take a listen to our rendition of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It's another special ensemble that Raven put together that I'm going to be singing with. They'll be up too much. And start out with a little poem with the music background, and then we'll get into singing. Christmas Eve, Santa flies with his pack through the night in his sleigh pulled by 9 deer, delivering toys to good girls and boys, as he's been doing for years and years. But when he gets back to his home at the pole, before next year's list check and work takes its toll, he relaxes a bit and sits by the fire and throws his dog Jingle a bone. Then he drifts off to sleep and begins dreaming about a secret wish of his own. Santa wants a tuba. Santa wants a tuba for Christmas. He knows playing tuba is fun. Santa wants a tuba for Christmas, but who's gonna bring him one? Santa wants a tuba for Christmas, a bright shiny tuba to play. Santa wants a tuba for Christmas, oh please won't you send one his way. Santa knows the tuba blows the jolliest sound you'll hear. What he wants to see waiting under his tree is a tuba toot toot when he finishes his route. Santa wants a tuba for Christmas. He's never had a present before. Santa wants a tuba for Christmas. It's all that he's ever asked for. It's all that he's ever asked for. Santa wants a tuba for Christmas. He's never had a present before. Santa wants a tuba for Christmas. It's all that he's ever asked for. It's all that he ever asked for. Santa wants a tuba in his stocking this year. Oh, Santa did make it this year. Santa, we heard from an elf about your wish, and look what we got for you. Merry Tuba Christmas, right? Merry Tuba Christmas. Looking forward to your visit on Christmas Eve, Santa. Thank you to this special quartet that Raven put together this year.
Yes, it is. How far did you travel? say, do you need, it's for you. Okay, well, here, I'll keep you. Okay. All right. Jim, it says you're doing how far you travel.
Okay. We always like to find out how far people traveled to get here. I talked to a couple of our tuba players that traveled from Holt up near Lansing. Anybody travel further than that? Canada. Where in Canada?
Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado. Came all the way here just for this, right? Anybody beat Denver, Colorado? We're in Canada. I mean, then where you are in Canada, you're in Canada. Where? 6 miles from here. Yeah, that doesn't do it. All right, it's like Windsor area. That's good though. We're glad you're here. Anybody else? Oh.
It may not seem like that far, but I came from my house, and anytime I'm walking out that door, it seems like five light years? Light years.
Wow. Okay. So we got perceptions coming in here. Well, from wherever you came from, we're glad you're here.
All right, we'll pick up with you guys singing again. I know it's been a while. We are doing God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen.
Thank
All right, now it is time to talk about the different types of instruments that we have up here on the stage. So I think we'll start in the back. Oh, Connor, what kind of instrument do you have?
I have a helicon.
Oh, there's a helicon back there. Oh, and then we have a sousaphone. And then we have a woo! G contrabass bugle. Very exciting. What? They couldn't hear? Could you not hear? I'm sorry. I will try to repeat. So we have a helicon over here, and a sousaphone, and a G bugle. Right? Bass. Very good. All right. And tubas come in lots of different keys, and I'm sure we have a few different keys up here. Most high school students and people who are starting out have a B flat horn. What else do we have out there? I assume we have a C out there. Okay, so we have some C tubas out there. So like I said, they come in different keys. So we have an E flat. Sometimes we have, oh well, yes, the helicons. So we have C's and B flats, and then we have our euphoniums. Euphoniums up front. Can you guys hold your euphoniums up? Oh, well, put your horn down if you're a baritone. Okay, and then we have some baritones, which, here we go. So there are lots of different types of tubas, and they come in different keys and shapes and sizes, but we all play together. Yeah. All right. On to my favorite part of the concert, the end. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, Christmas trees and We Wish You a Merry Christmas are, in fact, my favorite songs, so I hope you enjoy.
Before we go on to we wish you a Merry Christmas, just want to thank you all for coming, and also want to make sure you remember that our Swords and Plowshares Peace Center and Gallery is open. Wonderful exhibit there on a gift shop for last-minute gifts. Plus, I want to give a shout-out to the Brass Rail Pizzeria across the street, which provided pizza for the pizza players. They've been here since 9 in the morning rehearsing, and we needed to feed them lunch, and for several years they provided free pizza. So you might want to head over there if you're looking for a place for lunch and thank them for their generosity. So with that, we'll go into We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring.
Thank you to Raven, our conductor, the whole ensemble, the Lakeshore Brass Ensemble, and the Taylor High School Lower Brass Ensemble. Hope to see you next year. Bring your friends. Merry Tuba Christmas.